I'm Caroline Simpkins, a former ballerina turned researcher, and today we are kicking off a 3-part series on ballet and fall prevention, my area of research expertise. Over the next 3 weeks, we'll explore why fall prevention matters, how specific elements of ballet training may support balance and stability, and what the current research reveals about this connection. During my doctoral studies, I conducted 2 major research projects focused on ballet and fall prevention. One involving professional ballet dancers, and another involving older adults who participate in ballet recreationally. Here's how this series will be structured. In this first episode, I'll provide background on the science of falls and balance, explain how ballet training fits into this picture, and share the origin story of my research journey. Next week's episode will dive into my pilot study with professional ballet dancers and highlight what we learned about how ballet training may influence fall risk. And the final episode will focus on my dissertation study, which explored the potential benefits of ballet for older adult dancers. My hope is that by the end of this series, you'll come away with a deeper appreciation for the value of ballet training across the lifespan, not just as an art form, but as a powerful tool for enhancing balance, mobility, and fall prevention at any age. As people age, particularly into older adulthood, typically defined as 65 years and older, the risk of falling increases due to a combination of physiological, medical, and environmental factors. These may include reductions in muscular strength, alterations in gait and mobility, impaired vision, side effects from medications, and hazards in the surrounding environment. Importantly, people's fall risk is influenced by their unique health profile and living conditions. According to the CDC, millions of older adults experience a fall each year. In fact, more than 1 in 4 adults aged 65 and older will fall annually. To put this into perspective, if you have 4 grandparents, statistically speaking, one of them is likely to experience a fall within the year. Even more concerning, a single fall incident doubles the likelihood of falling again. Given the high prevalence of falls and their potentially serious physical and psychological consequences, ongoing research into effective fall prevention strategies is both urgent and essential. Beyond the frequency of falls, it is also important to consider their impact. Approximately 1 in 10 falls results in an injury that requires medical attention, often leading to visits to a doctor or to a hospital. These incidents can be quite costly, contributing to a significant financial burden. Beyond the physical and financial implications, falls can also have lasting psychological effects. Even after physical recovery, many people develop what is known as a fear of falling, a heightened concern about the possibility of falling again. This fear can lead to reduced engagement in daily activities, particularly those involving physical movement. Unfortunately, this avoidance behavior can create a harmful cycle. By limiting physical activity, people may experience further declines in strength, balance, and mobility, ultimately increasing their risk of future falls. Since regular physical activity is strongly associated with a reduced risk of falling, maintaining an active lifestyle is a critical component of fall prevention. This decline in activity and increased fall risk can have profound effects on a person's independence, which is often one of the most significant losses faced by older adults. This reality was made deeply personal to me through my own grandmother, one of the strongest and most independent people I have ever known. She led an active social life and lived comfortably in her 2-story condominium. Yet, after experiencing several falls while home alone, concerns for her safety grew, prompting our family to make the difficult decision to move her into an assisted living facility. While the new environment provided greater safety and support, it also meant a considerable loss of her personal autonomy. Her story reflects a broader truth. Falls are not only a physical health issue, but also a significant threat to quality of life and independence in older age. This example highlights why falls remain a critical health challenge and underscores the urgent need for continued research and investment in fall prevention strategies. Let's take a moment to shift our focus from falls to ballet. When most people think of balance and grace, ballet dancers often come to mind. From my own experience as a professional ballerina, I frequently heard two common remarks from those unfamiliar with the discipline. Can you do a split? A fair, though somewhat humorous question, and yes, I could. And you must have incredible balance. That second comment in particular reflects a key truth about ballet. Balance is fundamental to the art form. Ballet training places a strong and consistent emphasis on developing balance. Over the course of my 12-year professional career, I observed firsthand how daily practice significantly improved my own balance, enabling me to hold positions longer and perform more controlled pirouettes. Later, as a ballet instructor, I witnessed similar progress in my students as their balance noticeably improved week to week and year to year. In short, balance is not just a byproduct of ballet, it is a skill rigorously cultivated through dedicated training. Now, let's explore where these two topics, falls and ballet, intersect. In the context of fall prevention research, a key concept is that of fall risk factors. These are variables that either increase or decrease the likelihood of experiencing a fall. For instance, improved balance is associated with a reduced risk of falling, while poor balance can elevate that risk. Consequently, many fall prevention programs incorporate balance training as a core component. Given the importance of balance, ballet emerges as a particularly well-suited activity for fall prevention, especially among older adults. Ballet training not only enhances balance, but also targets several other critical fall risk factors. One such factor is muscular strength, particularly in the lower body. Research consistently links stronger leg muscles with a reduced risk of falls, and ballet supports the development of full body strength, making it highly relevant to this aspect of fall prevention. Consider the structure of a typical ballet class. Movements like pliés are functionally similar to squats, and relevés, which involve rising onto the balls of the feet or onto point, mirror the action of calf raises. Ballet also incorporates petite and grand allegro exercises, which involve jumping and therefore contribute to developing muscular power. And throughout all these movements, dancers consistently engage their core muscles to maintain trunk stability, creating a comprehensive full body workout. In summary, ballet training addresses multiple key fall risk factors, balance, strength, and power, making it a highly effective and holistic approach to fall prevention. This seems like an appropriate point to share how I personally came to combine my interests in falls and ballet, ultimately shaping the focus of my current research. The origin of this work traces back to my first year as a master's student in exercise science when I took a biomechanics course. Biomechanics, broadly defined, is the study of the structure, function, and motion of the mechanical aspects of biological systems, and particularly humans, in the context of exercise science. During one class session, my professor introduced us to his research, which focused on fall prevention. He shared a video demonstration of a specialized treadmill system designed to simulate slips and trips in a controlled lab environment. This technology enables researchers to observe how people respond to a sudden loss of balance and to assess whether they would have fallen had the incident occurred in real life. While it may initially sound a bit like a torture device, it was a fascinating and innovative research tool. In fact, I would later use this very treadmill extensively in my own research, which I will discuss in the next 2 episodes. Watching those slip and trip simulations for the first time, I distinctly remember wondering how I would perform given my ballet background. Would years of ballet training give me an advantage in reacting to unexpected balance disturbances? That moment of curiosity planted the seed for my doctoral research project. The same biomechanics professor became my PhD advisor, and together we designed a series of studies exploring ballet's role in fall prevention. And that essentially is where my research journey began. Now that we know what falls are, why they are such a big problem, what fall risk factors are, and how ballet is so well suited to preventing falls, we are ready to dive into my research. In the next episode, I'll present my pilot study analyzing and comparing the slip reactions of professional ballet dancers and healthy active young adults, which was the first step in this line of research. Thank you for joining me today for the Ballet Science Podcast. Whether you are a dancer, teacher, student, or simply curious about the mechanics behind movement, I appreciate you being here today. Each week, we will explore the intersection of science and ballet, from injury prevention and biomechanics to nutrition, mindset, and everything in between. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow this podcast, leave a review, and share it with your friends and dance community. You can also follow Ballet Science on social media and visit our website, ballet.science, for additional information. Thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the Ballet Science Podcast.